Hi, broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. On the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico, and we're going live. It's Saturday morning. It's 10 a.m. Central Time, and we got a bunch of people in the house today. We got Dan Mack from my hometown in the house, Columbus, Ohio, in German Village. It's cloudy and chilly. And then we got VS in the house. We got a lot of people in the house today. That girl, my neighbor, lived right down the street. She in the house and love to travel is in the house. We've got Thomas. Thomas with the green afro. Go, Thomas. Happy to have all of you all in the house. Let's see who I missed. Oh, no. We even have Keith, Hannah, and we have the infamous Jack Webb in the house, who's in Lexington and not in Hazard. Katrina the Maker, woohoo, is in the house. And I know I'm going to mess your name up, but I'm going to call you Moe. It's 73 in South Florida, and that's probably why you live there. Carol Snowden in the house. Hey, Carol, I'm happy to see everybody showing up here today. Each week. Oh, man, we got all kinds of people in the house today. Senor Mexico from Baltimore is in the house. Keith Hanna is in Toronto, where I know it's chilly up there. We have a lot to cover today. And today, we have a special guest. Good evening from Korea. We got Korea in the house. We got Korea. We are fully international now. We got Canadians in the house, Koreans in the house. Woo-hoo! And of course we have She Thinks, so She Speaks in the house. And I tell you what, it's really nice that you guys have thumbnails with your pictures. But we have a very special guest coming up here. We have a very special guest showing up sometime in the hour. You guys have all heard about him, and I want you to get ready for him. We have Congressman George Santos coming. He should be here any minute, and we know he's a man of his word. So we will just wait for him and see if he really comes up. Yes, Congressman George Santos is showing up today. And of course, who is it but the medicine man, the retired man of medicine? He might be in New Jersey, he might be in Pennsylvania, but wherever he is, he's always Crapo Productions, Dr. John. We have a lot to cover today. A lot is going on. Oh, it's 44 degrees. Not too shabby. No, that's not bad for New Jersey. Before we get too far into the show, I have a cousin. I'm always talking about my cousin that lives in Ajijic. I'm always talking about her artwork. Her and her brother are very close, and we go way back. We're first cousins. When I was going to Dartmouth, I would do some exchange quarters at Ohio State. Sometimes I would stay with them. John and Tulsi Kilgore. Yes. And so John got married. John, he's a trip. He's an actor in New York City, and he's been in some HBO shows, but his wife is a writer, and she's been writing. Oh, no. She's been writing for like 4 years. She's been working on this novel for 4 years, and she got published this week. And all of the details for her book are in the description below. Oh, come on, Bill. I thought that I had that all ready to go. I thought I had all of that ready to go. Oh, so I'm loading it now. Uh, this is her new book. In the description below, her name is Monica Kilgore. She's been working on this novel for forever, actually for 4 years. And the book comes out on the 6th of June. Long gone, come home. And our entire family is so excited about her. If you would like to pre-order one of these books, a link to the order is in the description below. The publisher has already contracted with her for book 2. The deadline for that is next Tuesday, and the publisher is also talking about making a movie with her. And she's just a regular person. She has a regular job. She is not yet retired. So she has been working on that first book for 4 years. Part 2, she's working with the publisher on now. And all of that information is in the description below. Let's keep going. We have a lot to cover today, a lot to cover. Linda Burns in the house from Riberas, and Riberas is in the Ajijic Chapala Lakeside area. Linda, happy to have you in the house. Don Cole, Don Cole is in Puerto Vallarta. You never know where Don Cole is going to be. Then to Ajijic for 4 weeks. How is Mazatlan? That's at the top of my list, Senorita Cole. Mazatlan is it's overcast. It's a little chilly down here. I'm surprised how chilly it has been this winter. Every nighttime, it's almost like Ajijic Chapala weather. And if I wasn't going live right now, I would have on 2 hoodies. You can see I've got a t-shirt on here. I'll move the mic. See, I got a t-shirt on. It's a little chilly, but I believe that these clouds will burn off. Then it's going to go up to like 85 degrees and it will be sunny. Now what else is going on? We got William Stoneman in the house with that super mustache he got going on here. Just returned from 3 weeks in Ajijic. Can't wait to go back. Ajijic is the bomb. I hope you had some great food and listened to some really funky music. We got BJ in the house. BJ. And look who is here. We haven't seen her for months and months and months. It's Anya, who I believe is in Phoenix. Now, let me give you a little feedback on Anya. She was here about a week ago. I think she just closed on a house and leave us a message. But she bought this fabulous house. I've got to play the video of this house that I think she purchased. It is the bomb. It's in Centro. And it's an incredible house. God bless her and her family. Her husband left the planet some months ago. I'm going to say about 6-7 months ago. She's rebuilding her life. So she's selling all of her cars and her house in Phoenix, buying a house in Centro. It's a fabulous house, starting a brand new life. And we all wish you the best, Anya. Jack Webb. Oh, are you from Johnson City? Answer the question. Hey, Gary Kahn, my man, in the house. Okay. So we've got, me and Gary have gone out to dinner before. We have a lot to talk about today. I put up a couple of videos this week. Let's see. Put up a couple of videos, one video. And you guys, I always show you guys the videos before the videos go up. Let's see. I'm looking for something here. Tomorrow I will put up the whales video. The whale watching video will go up Sunday. It'll be highly edited. But last week, what did I put up? Oh, I put up a video about my new deck that is so fabulous. Here we go. I put up this went up last Sunday and it did pretty good. This is my view from the new deck they put up upstairs. And I have a friend that lives right down the street from that girl. And she has a house for rent. Actually, it's a condo. That's 4 stories up from where I am right now. It's fabulous up there. But then I put up another video, and all of these videos are in the description below. Let's see. Oh, and her name is Terry. She just bought this condo. She just closed on this condo last week. It's renting for $100 a night, 5-night minimum. As you can see, this is the video from the deck, fully finished. It's a beautiful place, $100 a night. But for Carnival, which is coming in February, the price is $150 a night. So I put up that video this week. It was a dud. It was a dud. Oh, and Anya, she got stuff to say now. You know, I meet all these people. They got cash, man. You know, I actually bought the unit next door as well. Couldn't get it out of my mind when I got to Arizona. So this girl, Anya's coming down here. Look at her. She looked like a TV star. Look at her. Got her sunglasses on, her blonde hair, her attitude. Look at that. So she came down here and bought 2 houses from the United States. But Terry, who has the condo for sale, I'm not going to say her age. I'm 66. She's older than me. She was a realtor in Colorado, and then she was a broker in Colorado. So she's been selling real estate her entire life. She moved down here, bought a house 3.5 years ago, and since then she has bought 2 more properties. And so now she owns 3 properties down here. She doesn't need any money, but she says, Bill, it's just in my blood. I can't stop looking at properties. But she looks at properties down here that are like $60,000, $80,000. Yes, you can come down here and buy properties for $80,000, $60,000, $100,000. I don't know what Anya paid for her property, but but that's what she does. That's her hobby. That's what she does for fun. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about today, and let me put a banner up here. Oh, I got a special banner here. Here we go. Congressman George Santos coming very soon. He's supposed to be here any minute to talk with all the people from the land of Bill the Geek on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. Let's see what he has to say today. And of course, I don't want to dwell on it. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but I do want to talk about Tare Nichols. And his video came out last night around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, with the police beating him brutally, spraying him with the spray, lighting him up with the electrodes, then beating him some more, 5-on-1 while the man was handcuffed. I tell you, man, that was brutal. And I also got to say, that's why I moved to Mexico. That's why I moved to Mexico, because down here in Mexico, they don't know what I am in Mexico. They don't know. I mean, because it's the land of mestizos, which means the land of mixed blood. Uh, People that are very white mixed with people that are very black, and they all got together and did the good thing together. And then they had babies, and it's mixture, the land of mixture. So you don't know what or who anybody is down here. And I remember when I first came to Puerto Vallarta, no, when I first came to San Luis Potosi 40 years ago, the people in San Luis Potosi, they treated me like a king. Uh, People would walk up to me off the street. Hey, come over to our house for dinner. Hey, come to us with this fiesta. They didn't know me from Adam. They just wanted to meet me. I was just a unique person of color, and that's why I moved down here 18 years ago. Because down here, I'm just a person. And in the United States, it's not like that. And I've shared this concept before. I'm not going to beat the concept up too much. But I mean, what? What? I was accused of stealing my car 10 times in the United States. I couldn't swim at the swimming pool next door to where I grew up, or at swimming pool down the street. It's just, that's why I live in Mexico. Mexico is the land of love. Mexico is one of the most loving places in the world. So that is why I moved here. And God bless Tyree Nichols and everything that he went through. We got more people dropping notes. We got Chris. His name is Chris. Jalisco Travels and Adventures. Hi, Bill. And it is in the house. Hey, we love you over here in Lakeside, and we are watching. Thanks, Bill. We love your channel. Thank you so much. Now we got, who's this? Who's this? James and Rena in the house. They show up every week. They bought a home in San Antonio, and they're showing up to share the love. BJ's talking today. I tried to watch the video. Oh, it was horrific. Everyone, please pray for this family. No one should be treated like that. Don Cole, the people in Mexico garrot you with a smile. And that is so true. That is so greet you. Yeah, I was wondering. Don Cole, I'm trying to expand my vocabulary in English even. And I thought that Garrett was actually a word, but thank you that you meant great. Okay, so let's get on with the getting on. I'm meeting a couple of things that I want to talk about. Before I move ahead, a couple things I want to talk about. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to put up the whale watching video. If you see the thumbnail for the whale watching video, it's out in the ocean. You see a big splash and a big whale jumping up. That's only in the thumbnail. And if it weren't for Photoshop, that image wouldn't exist. But it looks damn good. Also, on Tuesday, I'm putting up a video about what I eat in Mexico, because I think it was a couple of weeks ago, or what we've been broadcasting for 2 years. People talk about, well, can you buy this in Mexico? Food items. Can you buy that in Mexico? Can you buy this in Mexico? I'm doing an entire video. It's going to go up on Tuesday. I don't have any clips available yet about what I eat in Mexico. I cook at home, and you can save so much money. Sure, you can eat on the street. You can go to Mexico restaurants, and the prices are way lower than going to restaurants in the United States, of course, or even restaurants in Mexico. But when you cook at home, I mean, you go to the grocery store, you go get your vegetables, your beef, your pork, your chicken. You buy all that from Mexican markets and cook at home, and your money can go so much further. I use my air fryer, I use my freezer a lot, and I cook every day. And I eat really good, and I, I don't make Mexican food. Okay, I ate Mexican food when I was with my ex for 8 years. I ate Mexican food. That's all we ate. She loved to cook, and after 8 years, I just like what I like. So in the video on Tuesday, I'm going to show you guys what I eat. Okay. Who else is talking? Brenda Duck. I am often mistaken for a Spanish person. I need to do some ancestry research. Love to travel. People are talking today, and I appreciate that. Let me put up another banner here. Oh, here we go. If you have any questions or comments, please ask a question. Why not? Leave a comment. If you have views about living in Mexico, let us know. Ask a question. Leave a comment. Love to travel. I was so impressed that the markets have fresh okra and greens. And that was a shocker. I don't know how many okra fans there are out there, and I don't know why, but okra is a big soul food. Louisiana, gumbo, all that kind of stuff. When I was in Chapala, Ajijic, my ex always had okra in the house. And it really surprises the heck out of me that in the Chapala, Ajijic area, the markets always have okra. Always. Crapple, way down here, you need a reason to move. Feel like a fool running your stateside games. Lose your load. Leave your mind behind. Baby James. Oh, Mexico. Oh, Mexico. Mexico is great. Thank you, Dr. John. Too bad, Dr. John, that you're not mic'd up so that you could sing that whole song for us. James Taylor. I love James Taylor myself. He's my main man of music. Oh, I had a very interesting comment this week. I had a very interesting comment this week. I did some videos about 6 or 7 months ago about Colima. And we went to some ancient sites in Colima. And this guy, I don't know where he lives, but he sent me about a 2-page message on ancient Mexico history. And because of that, I'm going to start doing segments when we go live every Saturday. I'm going to start doing segments on the various ancient cultures in Mexico. Now, I'm not going to go super in depth. I'm not going to bore you guys, but for 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to bring up a culture, talk about their contributions, because in the United States, we didn't learn hardly any. I didn't learn anything about Mexico in the United States, but when I lived in San Luis Potosi, Gary Kahn, I don't know what's going on for the Super Bowl. But when I lived in San Luis Potosi, it was a Spanish class. So we had about 30 people in the class. We all lived with Mexican families. It was a great experience. I learned a lot of Spanish, but they would teach us Spanish, but also the only thing they taught us other than Spanish was ancient Mexican culture and history. And so I did some research, and all of these cultures they taught us in San Luis Potosi. They taught us about the Olmecs, the Mixtecs, the Zapotecs, the Toltecs, the Mayans, and the Aztecs. And yeah, we hear about the Mayans, we hear about the Aztecs, but you got the Olmecs going back to 1500 BC, the Mixtecs going back to 1500 BC, and these are cultures that are not talked about. And I was doing a little research, and they talked about this thing called the land bridge migration of 12,000 BC. The land bridge migration from 12,000 BC. Now, I had never heard of that. I'm sure it's just because I'm not informed. I know that you guys have all heard about the land bridge immigration from 12,000 BC, but that's where the people that populated the North America and South America 12,000 years ago, it was actually possible to walk here instead of to get here by boat or plane. So these people walked over to these continents once they were developed, and then these ancient cultures came to be. So anyway, I'm going to do some short videos on each of those cultures, and then I'm going to plug some of that stuff in to our weekly broadcast. Thomas is saying Eagles. Okay, I'm saying Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals. I'm from Ohio. James and Rena, great idea. We should learn more about our new home. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you, James and Rena. Also, let me say this. Let's go down here to Maui Bob. I see a lot about moving to Chapala or renting long term, but what about just December through February? Possible? Maui Bob, anything. That's funny. I'm going to get Maui Bob. I'm going to get right back to you. But let's go to Javelina Flip. Shall we bet once more on a game? 3 tacos. Anya, you still owe me 3 tacos from the last game that you lost. So yeah, we can bet again. We'll bet again. Let me contemplate who I want to place my money on. Okay, but let's go back to Maui Bob. Pretty much Maui Bob is asking long term rentals. Tell you what. Okay, Maui Bob. Here's what you do. In Mexico, everything is possible. Any length of time you want to stay is possible. Any amount of money you want to pay is pretty much possible. I've done videos about it before. We talked about it here when we go live many times. So I suggest you just go to Facebook and join a group. And there's a big group in the Chapala area. It's called Gringos. It's something like Friendly Gringos. Go to Facebook, go to groups, and search for expats in Ajijic, and you will find this group is called Friendly Gringos. And the woman that runs that group is a friend of mine. She has a fabulous house. She also sells real estate, but she has 14,000 followers. 14,000 followers. Go to that group and just post a message that says, hey, I'm going to be here from December through February. I only want to pay this much money. I want a 1-bedroom, a 1-bath. I want it near downtown. And you will get all kinds of responses. You will get all kinds of responses. And go to my website, billthegeek.org, FAQs. And down there in the real estate section, there's a lady I don't ever talk about. I talk about Katie Ibarra. She'll be back next week with a property. She sells properties in Ahi Chapala. I have the names of 2 realtors in Mazatlan in the FAQs page. But if you look, I believe right under Katie Ibarra, there's this lady I never talk about, and she will help you find a rental, a very affordable rental. It doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at, but in Mexico, anything is possible. But the thing is, you have to go out and look for it, and Facebook is a very wonderful way to find a short-term or long-term place to live in the Chapala Ajijic lakeside area for sure, or anywhere in Mexico. Let's see, who is this? Traveling Bones 1. Do you have a contact for finding a short-term rental? I like to visit Mazatlan, do my diligence for a move to Mexico. Okay, now. Okay, you want to come visit. Okay, Traveling Bones, you want to come visit Mazatlan to do your R&R. Okay. Again, down in the description below, I just put up the video last week from my friend Terry. You can rent her place. It's a great location. It's right in the middle of all the bars you want to go to, all the restaurants. You can see where it's located. It's about a 10-minute taxi drive from El Centro on Uber, or you can contact Allie. Allie is listed on my FAQs page. I forget her last name, but it's Alejandra. She's right there. She found me the place I'm in right now. Alejandra will help you. I have a subscriber named Miriam, and she found her Mazatlan apartment through Kimberly. And Kimberly is at the billthegeek.org under FAQs. I believe her name is Kimberly Cook. Kimberly Cook, she will help you find an apartment. Or you can go to Facebook and just do a search for Mazatlan expats in Mazatlan. There are like 5 major groups that I use all the time. Tell them when you're coming to Mazatlan, how much you want to pay, how many bedrooms you want, and you will get all kinds of help and responses. That's how I found Alejandra. And the people at one of these Mazatlan expat groups said, oh, contact Alejandra. She can help you find a place. And that's how I found my place. So there you go. I hope that helps you somewhat. Woo! Clear Circle Media. Clear Circle Media. Great to have you in the house. We have 44 people in the house and 20 likes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. And Clear Circle Media is saying, Bill, why do you prefer Mazatlan to Ajijic? Well, they're both wonderful places. It depends on what you're looking for. I find Mazatlan to be more diverse. I moved to Mexico to be around Mexican people and Mexican culture. Ajijic is very gentrified now. So So if you want to move to Mexico and speak no English, maybe you don't want to eat any Mexican food, maybe you don't want to meet any Mexican families, then you can do that in Ajijic. Also, Ajijic is a great landing place. You can get there, find a place somewhat affordably, and then you can look around throughout Mexico, speak no Spanish, drink lots of beers, eat lots of food, and you won't even know that you're in Mexico hardly. You might think you're in France. But Mazatlan, I think, is more diverse. It's a business town. They have lots of industry here. It's the largest shipping. It's the largest shipping place for shrimp in the world. The headquarters for Pacifico Beer is here. Yes, it is somewhat of a tourist town, but not like Puerto Vallarta. It is a business town. They have a lot of colleges here. And I need to get out more. I need to meet more Mexican people. I tell you, I think I'm going to start going to church. And I'm not a Christian. My religion is freelance. I do what I do. I've been studying religion since I was 18 years old. Buddhism, Hinduism, Course in Miracles, Christianity. My minor at Dartmouth College was Christian mysticism. But I'm thinking about going to a Mexican church just so I can join some church groups, because at churches they have all these groups, and I can join a group and meet some Mexican people. I can meet Mexican families, or you can always do volunteer work at animal rescue places with Mexicans. But I need to meet more Mexicans. But anyway, to go back to your comment, why do I prefer Mazatlan to Ajijic? Visit both. But I tell you, let me say this. I went to Sayulita, which is very close to Puerto Vallarta. I went there about 15 years ago. I took the bus from Puerto Vallarta to Sayulita, and I got off the bus, and it was fabulous. The place was only about 4 blocks by 4 blocks, all kinds of artists there. There were a lot of expats there. And I walked around. In about 15 minutes, I was done. That was it. It's changed. Sayulita has changed a lot. So when I got off the bus, I was thinking, I could live here. But after 15, 20 minutes, I was bored. Okay. Ajijic is kind of small. Mazatlan has like 500,000 people down here. Very educated town. It's very much a business town. So I can meet Mexicans here. I want to meet more Mexicans. And when I was with my third ex for 8 years, I just hung out with Mexicans all the time. That's what she did. We hung out with her family all the time. She didn't speak any English. I spoke Spanish to her all the time. I knew all of her brothers and sisters. That's the way I wanted to live. That was in Guadalajara and Chapala. So now that I'm down here, I need to meet more Mexican people and speak more Spanish. Okay, here we go. Brenda Douglas is talking. And hey, ask a question, leave a comment, and donate. Click the donate button. Also, before I move ahead, let me say there are a ton of Canadians down here in Mazatlan. When I was in Chapala, Ajijic, I would run into an occasional Canadian. I tell you, the place where I live right now, this big complex of apartments, it's like 99% Canadians. I mean, you walk around down here in this area, and it's almost all Canadians. all I meet is Canadians down here. Rob and Sherry of Reina Del Mar Bed and Breakfast, they are Canadians. And now I'm studying the map of Canada, and I'm reading more about Canada, specifically about the geography and what is located where. I know a little bit about Canada. You got Calgary, you have you have Toronto, you have Montreal. Some of those places ring a bell. You have British Columbia. But I want to know all of the provinces because one Canadian just told me last week, Bill, Americans don't know anything about Canada. They don't know anything about the United States. They don't know what's what. So now I'm learning more about Canada so I can respect their culture. Because she just said, well, Americans are just not informed, not educated. This is what the Canadian lady told me. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm just saying what they told me. And I'm going to jump ahead. Who is this? Who is this? We haven't seen this person show up. There's her picture for a thumbnail right there. It's CMT63. She used to come every week. Her and her husband, Mark, they gave me a free place to stay for 2 months in Ahiheek. They used to be here all the time, sharing information. It's great to see you guys. We hope all is well. We will have to chat on the phone, and we have to hook you up with Granny. I hope you guys have found a good marijuana connection because I know you like that. Okay, so let's go down here. We got a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of stuff going on today. We have 54 people in the house. Okay, Brenda Douglas. Wow, Bill, I've heard about the land bridge, and it is fascinating. Ancient history is fascinating, and I want to bring more of that up. Moe, do you have a recommendation for immigration services? I have my visa and will need to do the rest of my paperwork once I arrive in the next 4 months. Okay, right off the bat, if Moe, am I saying your name right? Moe. Again, go to, oh boy. Oh, you guys are working me out today. I love this. Moe. Go to billthegeek.org, FAQs. I have my attorney. His name is Alvaro. I've done 2 interviews with Alvaro, 2 in-depth interviews with Alvaro Sanchez. There's me and him going at it. We did this video about 3 months ago. His office is in Guadalajara, but he goes to Ahiheek once a week. The Ahiheek Chapala area. He has helped so many of my clients get visas. Now, another idea is there is a woman. Her name is Mariana Lang, and she has a service. It's all throughout Mexico. It's called the Mexico Relocation Guide. If you can use Alvaro, contact him. All of his information is at billthegeek.org under FAQs. And it says, my immigration attorney. That's what it says right there. That's what it says right there. Da, da, da. Oh, you guys. Oh, I'm swimming in comments. I'm swimming in the comments. So if you're going to go to Guadalajara or in the Ahiheek Chapala area, Alvaro can help you out. All of his contact information is at billthegeek.org. It says my immigration attorney. Okay. Oh my God. Oh God. You guys are working me out. Yeah, there you go. Moe, yeah, there you go. There you go. But Mariana, I'm on her newsletter. She has a service where she can find you visa services throughout Mexico, but she's going to charge you $500 for a lifetime subscription. I get her newsletter, and this week, all of her contact information is in the description below. You click that link, you can sign up for her mailing list. This week, she put out a video on healthcare and insurance, what's like living in Playa del Carmen, what's the best way to find rentals, living on less than $2,000 a month. In Mexico, she's well connected. She has a lot of information, so you might want to check her out. That you can subscribe to her lifetime service is invaluable, but a link, you can click on her link and just get on her mailing list, and she'll send you stuff for free like 3 times a week. Oh, man, Nemo, Laura. I would like to avoid Facebook, but there seems to be no choice but to use it. Okay, let's talk, Laura. Let's talk about Facebook. Every video I make, I post on Facebook. I have 300 books on Amazon.com. I have 3 pen names. 2 of those pen names you will never know. I will never tell you those pen names. One pen name, I've sold like 70,000 books through this pen name. It's all erotica, lesbian erotica. Yeah, I wrote them. But I will never tell you the pen name, but she has a page on Facebook. I have another pen name. She writes how-to books. I'll never tell you that name. Yeah, I'll tell you that name. What is her name? Bond. I think her name is Lisa Bond. You go to Amazon, look up Lisa Bond. You'll find 100 books. How to grow marijuana, how to make LSD, how to make wine, how to bake bread, how to raise chickens. Yeah, Lisa Bond. I'll give you that name. And all her books are free on Amazon, unless you want to buy a hardback. But I put all of those on Facebook. Specifically, if I make a YouTube video for Bill the Geek about Ahi Hik Chapala, I'm putting that in the Gringo, the Happy Expat Gringo group, because that group has 14,000 subscribers. So, and a lot of people will message me through Facebook, but I don't check those messages frequently. I don't really got a groove for the Facebook thing. Mark Zuckerberg, you know, I mean, here's what turned me off about Facebook. When I was doing my Amazon books thing, and I haven't put out a book on Amazon in like 4 or 5 years, it's just too competitive. But I started buying ads from Facebook. And you can buy ads that are so specific. What zip code do you want to put these ads in? What area code? How old do you want the people to be? Do you want these people to be black people, white people? Do you want them to be like jalapenos or whatever? How tall do you want the people to be? What weight do you want the people to be? What time do you want these people to get up in the morning to watch your ads on Facebook? And the more I researched how to sell ads and select categories on Facebook, the more I realized that everything you put on Facebook, they put in a database. They have this vast database, and they get that information from billions of people across the planet, and then they indiscriminately sell that information, and they don't give anybody any money. That turns me off. And that's why I hardly ever use Facebook, though I have several. I've got Silly Billy's World on Facebook. I've got my authors on Facebook. BillTheGeek.org is on Facebook. Yeah, okay. So I use them like that, but I stay away from Facebook. But when it comes to finding an apartment in Mexico, Facebook is very effective. Just sign up for them, do your business, get the group where you can find an apartment, and then don't use them anymore. Oh, wow, man. What's going on now? Here we go. Let me see what Annie's taught. Let's see what look at the movie star girl. The movie star girl. Kimberly is my realtor in Mazatlan. Love her. She is great. Kimberly does a great job. All of Kimberly Cook's contact information, you can find it at buildgeek.org in the FAQs section. I've done many videos with Rob and Sherry of Reina Del Mar tours in Mazatlan. Kimberly found them their bed and breakfast in El Centro. That's where they run. That's how they met Kimberly. Kimberly Wolf. I've done videos with Kimberly. Whatever. There you go. But she helped Anya find her place. Okay, what's she talking about now? I was going to move to Ajijic, and after one day in Mazatlan last November, I fell in love with the pearl of the Pacific, the land of the deer. And like Anya, I had been in Chapala, Ajijic for 4 years. Then I took the Reina Del Mar bed and breakfast tour. Now, I have another video coming out about them that I haven't published yet. But they give a great tour. It goes from Ajijic to El Centro in Mazatlan. It's a 5 or 6 night tour. They take you all over Mazatlan. So they invited me to take the tour so I could make videos about the tour, and they let me do it for free. But I was in Mazatlan for 3 days, and I said to myself, I've got to live here. At that time, I was with my ex. She didn't want to move to Mazatlan. But then once that was over, the first thing I did almost was move to Mazatlan. I love Mazatlan. People come to Mazatlan, they fall in love with Mazatlan. Okay, here we go. Traveling Bones 1, you are very welcome. And if you, golly, it's 53 minutes after the hour. 53 minutes. We've been doing this for 54 minutes now. You are very welcome. For you people that are thinking of donating and you're watching the rebroadcast, in the link below, in the description below, there's a, what do you call it? It's a donate button. You can click that button if you're watching after the live broadcast. You click the button and you can donate to the channel to help support us via PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. It helps us travel. Oh my God. Oh, let's see what's going on now. Woohoo! CMT 63. Having friends who are Mexican nationals is I guess what? Thomas. Oh, let's see what's going on. Oh my, I'm so far behind. I mean, I'm scrolling through messages, but I want to thank Thomas. I know he's a soul brother. Look, only a soul brother could look like that. But I want to thank you so much for your contribution to the channel, because that's how we stay in business. That's how we make the videos. Thank you so much for your contribution and for supporting the channel. Okay, man, like I'm like 20 comments behind. Oh my God. Oh, Pamela Williams. Okay, now this is interesting. Okay, I got to scroll down, man. I am so behind. What happened? Ask a question. Why not? I got to turn that. I got to turn that off. I'm gonna turn that off because golly gee whiz, man. Wow. I got comments out the yazoo coming up, and I'm gonna get to everybody. Okay. Laura, whose name is Namo. Freelance religion. Dude, I'm going to have to use that. My first years in college were to study archaeology. Many of my classes were in ancient Mexico. What to rekindle that interest? Yes, Laura. It's ancient religions is some. That's why my undergraduate degree was in Christian mysticism. It was about all of the religions that all of the Christians that the Christians don't want to talk about, that they don't want to know about. CMT 63. What's she talking about? Up to you. We have about 50% of friends who have lived in Ajijic and were born here. Yeah, I'm telling you, having Mexican friends is a super duper benefit because they know all the real stuff. They know all the traditions. And they know all the stuff that you really want to know. Derek, hi, Bill, originally from Ottawa, Canada. Hola, Derek. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for staying in touch. I read your messages and I do always respond. Hi, Bill. Kimberly, hi. Have you ever been to Querétaro? And if so, what do you think about it in terms of livability? That place is on my list. I've heard a lot of wonderful things about it. Oh, that's funny. Anya is from Quebec. I was going to ask you about that because I really didn't know where you were from. Okay, very interesting. I thought you had little Canadian accent going on. Whatever. Okay, let's see. Jack Webb, the best thing that happened to me was going to a boarding high school and being the only gringo and everyone else was from Mexico. The best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, get out, meet some Mexicans, join some kind of group, go hiking with Mexicans. When I went whale watching, I was the only Americans, and work on your Spanish. Also, I found that I run into two kinds, and I'm going to say right off the bat that all generalities are false. So whenever I say, well, all Mexicans are like this, or all white people are like that, or all black, all generalities are false. I'm going to say that right off the bat. But I'm going to say there are two kinds of people that speak Spanish and don't speak any English. One of those kinds of people will try to communicate with you. They will try. And I find that, like, I go to my laundry person. Her name is Alejandra. Her assistant's name is Louisa. And I go there like once a week, and we speak all in Spanish. And if she says something I don't understand in Spanish, she'll work. I say, what does that mean? What does that word mean? And she'll use a different word or a different word or a different word. That's one kind of person who doesn't speak any English and speaks Spanish. They will work with you. Kind of person two is the person that will not work with you at all. They are the nicest people in the world, wonderful people, but if you don't speak Spanish, they just won't talk to you, or they will. It's not in their mind. Oh well, the person just says, well, they don't speak Spanish. That's how the French people are with French. Okay, so work on your Spanish and then be around Mexicans that will work with you. Oh man. Okay, Ray Garcia. Is it better to buy a Mexican cell phone, or does T-Mobile work? Over in PV, will Uber and hotel apps work? That is an excellent question, Ray. You come down here. Okay. Annette Williams, who lives in Ajijic, who runs the Expat Gringos Facebook group. She sells real estate there. She has an excellent property. I was doing a live broadcast one day, and she said, Bill, tell people to have 2 chips. Tell people to put 2 chips in their cell phone, which is something, Ray, that I had never heard of before. But what she was saying was, you can have a T-Mobile chip that runs for T-Mobile, and then you can have a Telcel chip. So if you're on, like I have Telcel, but I also use Magic Jack, and Magic Jack, you can call anywhere in the United States or Canada for $36 a year. I've used them 15 years. I have a 415 area code. That's downtown San Francisco. I've had that phone number for 15 years. But I have Magic Jack on my Mexican phone. I have Telcel, and then I have WhatsApp. I use all of that on my Mexican number. If you need to use T-Mobile, and I don't know why anybody would, if you're in Mexico, you can have a T-Mobile chip. But if you're not in the United States, you pull that sucker out and you stick in your Telcel chip. And you can have a contract. I have a contract with Telcel. I pay them monthly. I pay them about $35 a month. Or you can just go to any OXXO. There are 12,000 OXXOs, and just get a phone number. They'll sell you a Mexican phone number at OXXO. And if you don't want a service with Telcel, then you can just buy minutes. My ex, who's lived in Mexico her entire life, never had a contract with any phone company ever. And she would just pay OXXO for minutes every couple of weeks, whatever. CMT 63, boy, am I way behind. We have 52 people in the house, 3 likes, and thank you for the contributions that are just coming in to support the channel. CMT 63, it doesn't matter where you choose to live in Mexico. You can make friends with anyone you choose to, and that is so true. Mexican people are great. I love Mexico. Laura, is marijuana legal there? Yes, marijuana in limited quantities is legal. Like, I forget what the quantity is, but if you have, like, some little bit of marijuana, and if you guys know, let me know. Small quantities are big, but if you're carrying around like a pound or 2 pounds of marijuana, you're going to jail. And they're going to start selling marijuana like they do in the United States very soon, once they figure out how to do that. Pamela Williams, that's you, Moe. There is a Mexican national that has a business 2 minutes from INM office. Her name is Olga, and she does all your paperwork. I used her. Pamela Williams, if you would please email me that information. And let me show you. You can find my email at billthegeek.org. FAQs, or here we go. Please email me that contact information at bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com. I have heard of that person, and that would be an immigration specialist that could help you if you live in the Mazatlan area. And Pamela Williams, thank you so much for helping us with that information. Woohoo! Okay, let's see what's going on. Man, we got a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm looking over here at this monitor. Oh, man. Oh. You guys are helping yourselves. I don't need to even say anything. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Dave. Hello from Canada. We love our American friends. Thank you, Dave. We love you. James and Rena. Yes, but kinda. I think that's going back to the marijuana question. Yeah. Yes, but kinda. Awesome. Thanks, James and Rena. You can contact me if you want. Yeah, email me if anybody wants to know about the immigration specialist in Mazatlan. Hopefully, Pamela will email me with that information, and I can email you with the information. Kinda. Yes, pot is legal, but kinda what? So how do you, MJ, legal to carry, but not to buy it. Go figure. Okay, and that's another thing. Be very careful who you buy your drugs from in Mexico. Derek, I brought seeds from Canada. It's legal there. I have a few plants. Yeah, if you can, get some seeds and grow your stuff. Brian Maiden in the house. Good morning, Bill. And all in the house from chilly Winnipeg, minus 41 degrees Celsius. Brian Maiden, thanks for showing up. That's too cold. That's the other reason I moved to Mexico. I don't do that cold weather snow thing. And many of the Canadians that are here right now, they come down every year to get away from that. Come on down, Brian Maiden. Or bring it across the border. Or bring it across the border, and don't travel with marijuana. Just don't do it. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Gail Lesarge. Hi, Bill from beautiful Saskatchewan, Canada. Love it here, but Mazatlan in winter is sounding really good. Minus 28 Celsius here. I'm not living like that. I can't do it. I mean, I went to school in New Hampshire, 50 below zero Fahrenheit every day, January and February. I'm not doing it. Columbus, Ohio. I lived in Washington, D.C., all that snow and stuff. I'm not doing it. You got to, I'm not doing it. Whatever, but I'm sure that Saskatchewan is a great place to be up there freezing your butt off. Don't unsubscribe because I said that. Traveling Bones 1. I worked at Pemex on Pemex ships and also on the tuna shipping boats there in Mazatlan. I met some locals while I was there. Cool beans. Okay, now, Memo. Laura, yes, a small amount is legal to have, but no place to buy it. Gov working on the laws in the last few years. Very good. Okay, let's see what's going on down here. What's BJ talking about? BJ saying, I'm very leery about Facebook because someone tried to scam me into buying a Japanese chin dog before I knew it. Yeah, I stay away from Facebook. William Stoneman, we found in Ajijic that most Mexicans were speaking English to practice while we were speaking Spanish to practice. And you will find that a lot here. I've been to so many people. I've been to so many places. And Mexican families will just walk up to me and start speaking English. I'll be trying to speak Spanish, and the people will only speak English. In Mazatlan, and William Stoneman is saying that's true in Ajijic. It's true all over Mexico. And those are the people that want to help you. Yes, so true, so true, so true. Thank you, Pamela. Okay. Hit the LJ is in the house. One day, maybe LJ will put up a picture for us, but hit the like button. And LJ is right. We have 52 people in the house. We have 38 likes, and we have a wonderful $5 in contribution to help the channel survive another day. Trace is in the house. Been gone for a while from your lives. Been thinking of going to Portugal. Have you been? Trace, I've never been to Portugal, but I've heard wonderful things about Portugal. And I was looking at a list. And I think this list was put up by Mariana at the Mexico Relocation Guide. And she was talking about the 10 places best to relocate in the world. And Portugal was number 1. Mexico was number 2. My ex, how was she related? My ex's uncle had a son who's very wealthy in Guadalajara. He's a well-known artist. He has a lot of money, a lot of properties. But he was talking about leaving. He's a Mexican. He was talking about leaving Guadalajara, selling all of his properties and all that stuff and moving to Portugal. Very educated man, very wealthy man, but he was contemplating his move to Portugal. Never been there. Been to Europe, been to 5 countries in Europe. I've never been to Portugal. CMT 63, it's 68 degrees on our terrazzo in Ajijic. It's not been cold enough for winter coats at all this season. It was 61 when we woke up this morning. MJ is hard. Oh, at all. Marijuana. I think it's marijuana. A quick note, CMT 63. Have you met Alejandro? He lives like 2 houses. Look for Alejandro. You know him. He calls himself Alexander the Great. He's a Mexican guy, bilingual. He lives 3 houses down from you. Yes, okay. Try him. That girl, tobacco smokers who are heading to Mexico may want to brush up on the new laws regarding smoking, so you are simply aware. It is no longer permissible everywhere. Cigarettes may not be on display now. Okay, that's on my list, that girl, but it's on page 2. That's it. That's on the very bottom of page 2. Thank you, and that girl, thank you so much. Terry Don Marshall is in the house. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Terry Don. But let's go. Let's go back to that girl's comment. Yeah, they cracked down on smoking cigarettes here in Mexico effective January the 15th. And it's like you can't hardly smoke anywhere in the main. If you're in a plaza, you can't smoke in the plaza. You can't smoke in parks. You can't smoke in restaurants. I don't think you're supposed to smoke in bars. Pretty much, from what I've read, you can't even smoke walking down the street with a cigarette. And if they bust you for smoking, the fine is $550, not pesos, that's dollars. And I think that's like 11,000 pesos. So if you're walking around a street, I mean, if you're in a parking lot, you can get fined $550 for lighting up a cigarette. I wonder if it was a joint. If you have a joint, a marijuana joint, is it the same fine? But anyway, be very, very careful with that. That girl, don't worry, you can now smoke in Congress. Yes. Okay, we got 54 people in the house, 42 likes. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so this week, tomorrow I'm putting up a video. This is the whale watching videos. You guys saw the shots last week. On Tuesday, I'm putting on what I eat in Mexico. I have 2 interviews coming up this week with 2 women. One lives in Ajijic, one lives here in Mazatlan. One is an African American. The other one is a Caucasian. Those both will be very interesting interviews. And the woman, my friend Terry, that owns properties here, I want to do an interview with her to discuss buying properties as an American in Mexico. She does it for a hobby. She's a professional realtor, just a short one. But also this week, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Trace, thanks, Bill, for the info. Wow. Makes a difference on my radar because of YouTubers Christiana and Aman and Our Rich Journey taking their course, and all we will be meeting in Portugal in June. Good for you. Good for you. And you'll have to give us some feedback because there are so many places to visit on the planet. But I tell you what, I'm sticking in Mexico. I'm a senior citizen on fixed income. And the funny thing is, here in Mexico, when you meet Canadians and Americans, you are going to meet, you're going to meet some very wealthy people down here. I mean, you get to be friends with people, and all of a sudden you find out they're like really super wealthy. These people buying houses. I'm not going to buy one house. I'm going to buy like 3 houses. I'm going to buy 3 houses. And then this summer, I'm going to travel around the world with my dog. Yeah, you're going to meet a lot of people like that. Canadians and Americans, people from Venezuela, all kinds from all over the world in Mexico. On the other hand, some people come down here to save money. I would be in that group. I moved to Mexico because I can work down here and I can save lots of money. I can't afford to live in the United States. I mean, for the money I'm paying for this apartment, fully furnished and everything, and I mean, I don't even know if they have places in the United States paying what I'm paying for rent. I'd have to live on the outskirts of Alabama. I'd have to get a little boat, rent a little boat, and live on the beach with a blanket in Alabama to pay what I'm paying here. So there are people here with a lot of money, but a woman that I'm going to interview this week, she gets $1,040 a month in Social Security. That's how she makes a living. Then she does about 10 other things to supplement her income, and she lives very nicely in Ajijic. So, and there are many people in Mexico, expats, that are living on very tight fixed budgets, but we do well. We do good with what we got. Yes, and that's why I live in Mexico. Hello, Bill Kim from South Carolina. Glad that you could join us and share the joys of living in Mexico with us today. Pamela Williams, Bill. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Pamela. And I will put that information this week in billthegeek.org under the FAQ section. Thank you so much. Nana 621, no smoking in public. That's funny. Another reason to move to Mexico. But I tell you what, they're not enforcing the law everywhere. I went to a restaurant, it was like 5 days ago. The restaurant was packed. People were smoking. So it depends on where you go. Some places the law is being enforced by the people that own the properties or own the businesses, but not everywhere. So before I get to CMT 63, let me say this. Well, let me get to you right now. Okay, I personally don't think that you need a realtor to find a place if you're willing to do the work. I think they lead you around to where they want, not necessarily an area that is best suited for you. Okay, very good. And everybody's opinion is welcome, but I've seen people, realtors help people find some fabulous homes. Dan Mack, if you look like you're from the US or Canada and you're smoking, I'm pretty sure the cops are going to target you just to get some money. And that is very true. Extremely true. Okay, now what I'm really working on is my trip to Durango. And I find Durango to be very mysterious. It's a 3-hour drive from Mazatlan headed northeast. 3 hours northeast. It has very high elevation. They have snow there. The population is 1.6 million people. They have industry there. They have colleges there, but it's like this huge secret. They have people will say there is no English being spoken there. I'm sure that's not true for total. Yeah. They have no expats Facebook groups. You do Durango, Mexico Facebook groups, there's nothing. What, you got 1.6 million people? There are no expats living there, no Canadians, no Americans. If by chance you are watching this rebroadcast or the broadcast and you have some contact information for any expat that lives in Durango, please email me. I want to know. I want to meet this person. I have not been able to find anybody, nobody. But that's okay. I'm going there. I'm leaving a week from Tuesday. I'm going to take the bus there to Durango. You can find all kinds of information about the museums there, art museums, things to do. There's a lot of that on the internet. They say that Durango is a fabulous place. My landlord lives in Durango. She's a Mexican. She's bilingual, very wonderful lady. But it's so mysterious. So I have a hotel to stay in. It's right in El Centro, in the middle of town, right next to the plaza. And it's only $40 a night. That's very affordable. So I will be leaving to go to Durango. There are 61 tunnels getting to Durango. On the bus, you go up and you're supposed to see these beautiful views. Let's see what else. It's supposed to be a fabulous city, but they say and it's also supposed to be the land of the scorpions. All kinds of scorpions in Durango. They say they eat scorpions in Durango. So, wow. Woohoo. So there you go. So I'm going to Durango. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. She's saying, Terry Don, if it snows there, Bill, I might be too cold for you. But they say that the average winter is kind of like but it does have its snow days. Angel 111 can just go with Texas ID. Can you go to Mexico with a Texas ID? Yeah, you can come and stay for 180 days. They will give you a 180-day visa, but then you're going to have to figure out how to renew that if you stay longer than 180 days. That girl, Janet Jackson's music video director, here you go, is from Durango. Also, it has been a filming location history, John Wayne and others. Many super westerns that you have seen were shot in the Durango area. It's supposed to be a beautiful place. That girl, thank you very much. Wow, you guys, we've been at it for 1 hour and 27 minutes. We still have 49 people in the house and 45 likes. And thank you guys for your contributions. We're up to $5. That's a couple of tacos do I eat at home. But anyway, let's see. 2 for 2 if it's worth it. Let's see. Okay, here we go. CMT 63. If you like spending time in an area, but move to an area that you need to drive to constantly and have to buy a car to get there almost every day, is it worth it? It's something you have to decide. Okay. Yeah, there are lots of decisions here, but I'm going to come back, I know, with some good information from Durango with 1.6 million people. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff there, but that is a great point. Hold on here. Hawkins, good morning, y'all. Joining late, Hawkins. Always great to see you in the house. Angel 111. Do I have to get FMM? I thought it was lifted. I actually found someone to rent an RV for $400 for me. And my dad and I are SSDI and here can live on SSDI. Yeah, okay. I tell you. Immigration laws are changing all the time. That's why you need to find an immigration specialist. If you're moving to the Guadalajara, Ajijic area, go to my FAQs page at billthegeek.org. Contact Albiro. But there are so many and it depends on where you are. What immigration office do you talk to? Who is the person that you're talking to? The laws change all of the time. VS, what is your experience with healthcare in Mazatlan throughout? I've been in Mexico for 18 years. Healthcare is fantastic here. I pay out of the pocket for healthcare. Anything that happens to you up to a limit, you're going to be okay if you have some cash in the bank. Healthcare in Mexico overall is very inexpensive. Drugs down here are very inexpensive compared to Canada and the United States. Now, if you have some weird disease that's going to cost you $1 million in the United States, well, if that happens to me, I'm just going to die. I'm just going to say, well, I'm dying. If they tell me, oh, you've got 5 forms of cancer and you got like 3 months to live, but if you pay us like $1 million, we can keep you alive like another 3 months. Then I'm just going to say, where's the fentanyl? And I'm going to do a bunch of that and I will be dead. I'm going to find me a drug dealer. But if you break a leg, break an arm, you know, you get some regular stuff, you got diabetes, you just want to buy some Viagra. You can buy that over the counter, very inexpensive here. But healthcare in Mexico is very good. I pay out of the pocket. There you go. Woo, Miriam, my neighbor. She's another neighbor. Good Saturday morning greetings to Miriam. Baja California, that's Mexico. You need to find an immigration attorney. Okay, Keith Hanna, this Thursday Keith Hanna's going to his interview with the consulate. Good luck, Keith. And I'm sure you're going to be down here very soon. Okay. Who is my realtor? Angel 111. Who is my realtor? Angel, go to my webpage and Angel, thank you so much for asking your questions. But go to billthegeek.org and click on the FAQs button. And I have realtors for the Mazatlan area as well as the Chapala Ajijic area. All right. Let's see what else is happening. Is anyone from Texas? What's the process? What do you talk? Angel 11. What's the process for? Angel 111. You can move down here. All you have to do is just go to Facebook, get in some Facebook groups, and ask lots of questions. You can come across the border. You can stay for 180 days or watch some of my videos. If you do a search on YouTube, go to my channel, first become a subscriber, go to YouTube and do a search for Immigration Attorney Guadalajara. My video will come up number 1. Once you do a search for that, watch that 1-hour video and me and Alvaro will tell you all about what is necessary. There you go. That's why I make these videos. And VHT, Bill, you got to do a stand-up comedy video at least once, preferably to a live audience. I've done it. Brian, hi, Bill and the gang from Brian. Angel 111, what is the process to get temporary residency? Here's what you do, Angel. To get temporary residency, to get across the border, you can, okay. Angel 111. To get across the border, all you have to do is be able to breathe. If you can breathe, you can get across the border. It doesn't cost you anything. I think it might cost you $35, and you might be able to stay for 180 days. If you want a 1-year visa, 2-year visa, 3-year visa, a 4-year visa, or a permanent visa, that's a different story. Then you need to talk to an immigration attorney. Again, go to YouTube and do a search for Guadalajara immigration attorney. My video will come up number 1. Watch the whole video. Okay, there you go. Okay, temporary residents apply at a Mexican consulate in US or Canada first, then finish the process in Mexico. And NVHT said that very well. Angel 111. But I think problem is we only get okay. Okay. I'm telling you, get an immigration attorney. There are ways to get around your present income. Some people are getting 4-year visas without showing any paperwork at all. It is happening. Okay, that'll work. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Katrina the Maker. I'm from Texas. Let's see. There you go. Thank you so much. There are MX consultants in Dallas, Houston, and McAllen. Yeah, you got to hook up with a consultant. Okay. Or Angel 111. Okay, Angel 111. Angel 111. Here we go. Go to billthegeek.org, look up FAQs, and you will find my immigration attorney there. His name is Alvaro. You can call him direct. Or you can contact Mariana Lang with Mexico Relocation Guide, and she can hook you up with immigration specialists throughout Mexico. And you guys, thank you for your help. Yeah, you've got to meet the requirements. Only other option is getting 180 days. And NVHT is totally right. You can leave the country. You can come and stay for 180 days, leave and come back, leave and come back. I did that for 6 years. As it stands right now, until Mexico gets its computer system all hooked up and working, that's the way it is. The sun is now out in New Hampshire. Woo! I'm off to walk the dog. Have a great weekend, everyone. And I think I'm getting ready to go walk my dog too. Oh, yes. You guys, it's been another very fun day. And I'll be back next Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. 10 a.m. Central Time. That's Houston time, Chicago time. And we do this every Saturday. It's a lot of fun. She thinks so. She travels. Oh, my God. We got a contribution. Ooh, she thinks so. She travels. Thank you so much for your contribution to the channel. Thank you, Lord God. Amen. Let me go in here and click this button right here. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Because I'm going to Durango and spend 3 days there. This stuff is not free, you guys. But it's fun. But it is fun. Let me see what this girl's thumbnail looks like. I'm sorry. Ooh, she thinks so. She speaks. Thank you so much. Wow. Congressman Santos didn't show up. What happened? Because I had the banner here. I had a banner for him when he does show up. I was all ready for him. I had I had this banner right here because he said he was coming. George Santos told me personally that he would be here today, and he doesn't show up at all. I guess maybe what they say about him is true. Okie dokie. All right. Oh, thanks, Bill, for the great information. But I tell you what, you guys, I tell you, Katrina the Maker, thank you very much. But I tell you what, I am very much looking forward to making this trip to Durango. I will be back next week at 10 a.m. Central Time. Ooh, yes. But for now, this is Bill the Geek. Let's see what's going on over here. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. You guys, thank you for showing up. Thanks for clicking that like button. Thanks for your contributions. And we will see you live next Saturday. Maybe George Santos will show up next Saturday. Adios, amigos. We love you all. Bye-bye.